Whether you're a seasoned air fryer fan or just bought your first one, you might wonder how long it will last. What parts break first, and which brands are actually worth your money? In this video, we're diving deep into what commonly fails first in most air fryers. We've tested, researched, and combed through thousands of reviews, so you don't have to. We'll also reveal the best air fryer brands and their models in the description below if you don't want a broken fryer in 6 months. So let's break it all down. The non-stick basket coating is almost always the first in most air fryers. Over time, the high temperatures combined with food oils, metal utensils, and dishwasher cycles cause the coating to bubble, flake, and eventually peel off entirely. Not only does this affect how your food cooks, but it can also lead to dangerous flakes entering your meals. Once the coating starts to fail, you'll notice food sticking, uneven browning, and hard-to-clean residue. If you want a basket that holds up, look for ceramic-coated models like those from Ninja or Cosori. The fan is what separates an air fryer from a traditional oven. It's responsible for circulating hot air evenly around your food. That's how you get that crispy golden finish. But over time, the fan motor can weaken, get noisy, or stop altogether. This usually happens due to grease buildup on the blades, cheap bearings, or overheating from poor airflow. You'll notice uneven cooking, hot and cold zones, or longer cook times. A bad fan can also make weird grinding or clicking sounds, which is a red flag. Higher-end models like the Instant Vortex Plus use metal fan blades and enclosed motors to prevent grease damage. The heating coil is what actually generates the hot air. And like any heating device, it can burn out over time. This usually happens after repeated use at high temperatures, especially when airflow is blocked or the vents are clogged. Burned-out heating elements lead to undercooked food, extremely long preheat times, or no heat at all. In some cases, the coil becomes patchy. One part gets red hot, while others stay cold. It's also a fire risk if left unchecked. Better brands like Philips and Ninja use stainless steel heating elements with better insulation and heat control. Touchscreens and digital panels are a modern convenience, but they're also one of the most fragile components in any air fryer. These panels are susceptible to moisture, steam, and electrical shorting. Over time, you may notice the screen flickering, freezing, or becoming totally unresponsive. Some units even display error codes or shut off mid-cook. This happens especially in models without proper sealing around the electronics. Instant's OmniPro and Cosori's Dual Blaze series offer better sealed screens designed to withstand daily use. The handle is another surprisingly common failure point. It's the one thing you grab every single time you use the machine. Most models use plastic handles attached with thin screws or rivets. Over time, these loosen or crack under heat and pressure. Even worse, some baskets no longer lock properly inside the chamber, leading to dangerous cooking interruptions or even food spills. You'll notice this especially if the handle starts to wiggle or feel soft. Brands like Ninja reinforce their handles with silicone and steel brackets, while low-cost units often skip that protection. Some air fryer baskets and trays start to warp or deform, especially after months of high-temperature cycles. This leads to baskets that don't slide in smoothly or sit crooked inside the cooking chamber. The result? Uneven cooking and the risk of your basket not locking into place. This usually stems from thin metal construction or trays made from low-grade aluminum that expands and contracts with heat. Once the tray warps, it's nearly impossible to fix. Some baskets even become too loose, so the heating sensor doesn't detect they're in place, and the fryer won't start. In toaster oven-style air fryers, the door is critical, and the hinge mechanism is one of the first parts to wear out. With repeated use, the door's spring tension weakens, or the hinges become misaligned, leading to a door that won't close fully or hangs open awkwardly. This causes major heat loss during cooking, leading to longer cook times, energy waste, and uneven food results. Worse, a loose door can even become a safety issue, increasing the risk of burns. Higher-end models like the Instant OmniPro use commercial-style hinges that handle frequent opening and closing. Air fryers are designed with safety sensors to prevent them from overheating. but these sensors themselves can fail. A faulty thermal cutoff may cause your air fryer to shut down unexpectedly or not power back on after a cooking session. In some cases, it may stop the unit from ever turning on again. This issue is more common in models with poor ventilation or that are used on countertops with limited airflow. Overheating can be triggered by dirty fan vents, too high settings, or defective heating coils. Brands like Philips and Cosori include dual-layer thermal safety, while cheaper models skip redundancies. A common and unpleasant sign of air fryer failure is the persistent smell of burning plastic or rubber. While a mild odor can be normal during the first few uses, if it continues or worsens over time, it's usually a sign of internal component damage. Causes include melting fan housings, burning insulation on wires, or chemical off-gassing from cheap non-stick coatings breaking down under heat. Prolonged exposure can be harmful, especially when plastic fumes are released during high-temperature cooking. Brands like Ninja and Instant are more reliable due to higher-grade plastics and sealed components. Some air fryers begin to rattle, hum, or buzz after a few months, and it's more than just annoying. These noises typically come from loose internal screws, misaligned fan blades, or worn-out motor bearings. Over time, the vibration worsens, causing the unit to physically shake on the countertop. In extreme cases, the fan blade may scrape against the housing or wobble so much that it reduces airflow. Noise is also a warning sign that the motor may soon fail. The quieter the air fryer stays over time, the better built it usually is. Though less frequent, the power cord is a critical failure point, and damage here can be dangerous. Repeated plugging and unplugging, bending the cord behind the unit, or poor cord storage can cause the internal wires to fray. Sometimes, the cord heats up while cooking, a serious fire risk. In cheaper air fryers, the cord may not be heat resistant and can deteriorate faster. If you notice your air fryer intermittently losing power or see the cord stiffening or cracking, stop using it immediately. If your air fryer flickers off during use or only works when you bend the cord a certain way, this is a major red flag. It might sound minor, but the small rubber feet underneath your air fryer are more important than they seem. These anti-slip feet keep the unit stable during cooking and also prevent heat from transferring directly to your countertop. Over time, adhesive may fail or rubber components may melt, leaving your fryer uneven or dangerously wobbly. Some units may even vibrate enough to move on slick surfaces. Brands like Cosori often include rubberized, heat-resistant feet, while cheaper models may just use foam stickers. A well-used air fryer should smell like food, but it shouldn't hold onto every meal you've ever cooked. Some models retain odors, no matter how well you clean them. This is usually due to poor internal airflow design, hidden grease traps, or basket coatings that absorb oil and odors. After repeated use, those smells start transferring to everything you cook. Fries that taste like fish, or cookies with a hint of last night's chicken. If this happens, it may be due to trapped grease in areas you can't clean, especially behind the heating element or inside fan ducts. Manual air fryers with physical knobs may seem more durable, and in many ways they are, but they're not immune to failure. Over time, dials can loosen, break off, or lose calibration. You'll turn the timer to 10 minutes, and it never ticks down, or it skips numbers completely. The issue often lies with cheap internal spring mechanisms or dust buildup behind the knobs. Once the timer becomes inaccurate, your food is at risk of undercooking or burning. If your air fryer uses knobs and you notice them becoming harder to turn or clicking strangely, it may be on its last legs. So now you know. Air fryers are amazing, but they're not indestructible. From peeling baskets to dying fans and glitchy screens, most of these issues are avoidable if you buy smart and care for your machine properly. When shopping, look beyond the price tag. Look for real durability, ceramic coatings, reinforced parts, and brands with proven long-term performance. Models from Ninja, Cosori, and Instant may cost a little more, but they save you a lot in the long run. And if your current fryer is already making noise, taking longer to cook, or smells like burnt plastic, it might be time for an upgrade. Don't forget to check some of the best air fryers of high-end brands in the description below. Want more videos like this? Hit that subscribe button and give this video a like if it helped. Thanks for watching.